Hello students, welcome back. Previously we started to look at some simple linear equations and how we solve them, right? After that we look at some examples which involve brackets. Now we need to be extra careful when we deal with brackets because of the expansion involved, and if you did not expand the brackets properly, it's quite easy to actually make a mistake. So here's an example, just to recap, right? There's an error. Can you find the error? No, of course, naturally, since we talk about the expansion process, then this expansion is where we got to be careful, right? The negative 3 has to be distributed carefully, and therefore this is where the error is, right? So of course, the error get carried over, and that result in the final answer being incorrect. So therefore, we have to be extra careful when we're dealing with this. What is the correct version? Right? The correct version in this case, when we distribute it carefully, is negative 15x, right? And then we have negative 34 is equals to 3x, right? Because negative 3 times positive 8 is negative 24. So we work this one out. This is minus 3x on both sides, and then we add 24 on both sides. This is a scenario, right? So that gives us negative 18x is, oops, come on, Apple Pencil. 18, okay, let me try this again. Right, my pencil is in select mode. Right, 18x is equals to 24. Right, so that means that x is equals to 24 divided by negative 18. And that works out to be negative 1 and 1/3. There we go. That's how it should actually look like. Okay, so I hope with this you have a good understanding. So you can pause the video and then after try all this classwork 3 on your own. And after you're done, you unpause the video and we can compare answers. Okay, so we're back. Okay, so let's take a look. So what can we do here? Well, first, of course, is to distribute carefully. That means 8y plus 16 is equals to 6y plus 21, right? So once we do that, we can rearrange it so that the unknown go to the left hand side and the known numbers, right, the value will go to the right hand side. That means 8y minus 6y on this side, 21 minus 16 here. That gives us 2y is equals to 5. Y is equals to 2.5. That's 5 divided by 2. Okay. Now, how about this one? Okay, same situation, right? This time round, we got to be careful to distribute the negative 4 in carefully. Okay, when we do that, what we get is negative 4a and positive 8, right? On this side, okay, similarly, we're going to distribute this in carefully, right? Take note of the negative. So we will have negative 12 and negative 3a. So simplify things a little bit. This will be 3a minus 4a plus 3a. This will be 13 minus 12, then minus 8. Okay, and that will result in 2a is equals to negative 7, right? So a is equals to negative 3.5. There we go. Moving on. Okay, some decimal thrown in, don't have to worry. Okay, the procedure is still the same, right? So what we have here is we're going to distribute the half in. So we have 2w minus 5 over 2 plus 2w. Okay, let me write that properly. 2w, then minus 3.2w minus 6.4. This is equals to 3.82, right? So let's simplify things a bit. So we have 2w plus 2w minus 3.2w will give us 0.8w, right? As for the numbers, we have 3.82 plus 6.4 plus 5.5, so 5 over 2, right? So that will result in 12.72. Therefore, w in this case, 12.72 divided by 0.8. Use our calculators and you should get 15.9. Okay, well, part D, this time around we have nested brackets, right? So what do? We peel it off layer by layer. So we'll start with the negative 3 distributing in, right? So what do we get? We get 2t minus 9 minus 12t plus 21. equals to 26. Well, after that, we simplify things a little bit. That will give us 30 minus 12t equals to 26. And then we can distribute this negative in properly. So 2t minus 30 plus 12t equals to 26. 2t plus 12t gives us 14t. And 26 plus 30 gives us 56. Therefore, t is equal to 56 divided by 14, which is actually equals to 4. I hope you have been successful. So let's move on to the next section. Well, next section, what's going to happen? This time round, we want to look at examples where there are fractions. What do we do when there are fractions, right? So, the same idea, okay, don't have to panic, right? Fractions means simply means division. So when we try to simplify it and get rid of the denominator, we just multiply accordingly. So in this case, x over 3 is equals to 1, right? How do I get 1? I minus 3 on both sides of the equation. Then I multiply by 3. So x is equals to 3. Okay. Next example. Well, what do we have here, right? So let's work it out step by step. Okay, we have x over 6 minus half. Now, let's rewrite it as 7 over 2. That means x over 6 is actually equals to, I add half on both sides. So 7 over 2 plus half is actually 4. Therefore, I multiply by 6. This is 24. Right? 4 times 6 is 24. Moving on. Now, in this scenario, we can multiply by 9 on both sides. So 5 plus 4y is equals to negative 9. Right? So 4y, I subtract 5 on both sides. This is negative 14. Y is equals to negative 14 over 4. That means y is actually equals to negative 3.5. Part D, right? So here's a new scenario. This time round, the denominator is not the same, right? So, but we are trying to subtract them. So what we should do is, we'll make the denominator common, right? So in this case, okay, can I make the screen brighter? It's the brightest already. All right, 12, right? So what we will have is we have 3, 2y plus 3 minus 2y minus 5, right? Equals to 0. So what happened? I multiply by 12 on both sides. So 3, 2y plus 3 minus 2y minus 5 is equals to 0. Because 0 times 12 is 0. Right? So simplify this. 6y plus 9 minus 2y plus, let me write this properly, 10 equals to 0. So we have 4y is equals to 19, subtract by 19, we get this, right? So continuing here, so y is equals to negative 19 over 4. Write it in the simplest form, negative 4 3/4. Four and 3/4. Okay. So again, we have a situation here. Can you identify the error? Right? So let's take a look. First of all, okay, this is the error. When this thing goes to the other side, right, it should be a negative. It should be a negative 3, right? Because we are subtracting 3 on both sides. Now minus negative 15 minus 3, this is not correct, right? So what should be the correct version? The correct version, we have x over 5 plus 3 equals to negative 15. So x, oops, let me write it properly. X over 5 should be negative 18, right? So x will be negative 18 times 5 is negative 90. And that's the value of x in this case. Okay. We have another scenario here, right? Can you find the error? Well, the error in this case is when we multiply by 5, okay, we need and we must have, okay, this bracket over here. Okay, we're multiplying the 5 to the entire expression. Okay, so that's the error. Okay, it's huge error over here. So what is the correct version now? Now the correct version, okay, where we have 2x over 5, let me bring it over, equals to 5 plus x. If I multiply 5 on both sides, which I can, it should be 5 multiplied by 5 plus x. Okay, so 2x is equals to 25 plus 5x, right? That means 7x is equals to 25, right? Wait, did I get that right? No, I did not get that right. Let's bring it back. 2 minus 5 is negative 3x is equals to 25, right? So x is equals to 25 over 3, negative 3. X is equals to negative 8 and 1/3. Okay, classwork time. That means you can pause the video, try it out, unpause it, and compare answers. Pause. And we are back, right? So what can we do over here? Right, so over here, I can actually simultaneously multiply by 5, right? As well as multiply by x plus 4 at the same time. And that will give us the same value, right? Because the denominator will be the same, the numerator will be the same. Okay, so just to show you how it works, okay, in this case, if I multiply by 5 here, right, over 5 y plus 4, this will be equals to 2 y plus 4 over 5 y plus 4. So you can see quite clearly that in this situation, because the denominator is the same, the numerator has to be the same, right? So from here, 5y, let me write it step by step. 5y minus 3 is equals to 2y plus 4. Okay, so you can actually go from here to here. There's a technique called cross multiplication. Feel free to check it out, right? But we can continue from here. This is 5y minus 15, 2y plus 8, right? So that gives us 3y equals to 23. Y will be equals to 7 and 2/3. Okay, so next scenario, using the same idea, okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as improper fractions because it looks neater, right? So 9k over 5, right, minus 3 over 5 is equals to 6k over 5 plus 51 over 5, right? So once the denominators are all the same, okay, we just multiply by 5 throughout. This is the scenario, 6k plus 51, right? Can write the 51 properly. 51. So 3k is going to be equals to 54. K is equals to 18. Is my mental calculation correct? Right, I don't have a calculator with me, right? So that's why. But you should be doing this with calculator, right? So but as I'm recording this video, I don't have my calculator with me, so mental calculations takes a while. Okay, so I hope you'll be successful. A few more examples to go. Let's go. So in this situation, we have the denominators 2, 4, and then 1 and 8. So let's make the denominator common to 8, right? So that will give us 4y over 8, right? And then this will be 2y plus 1 over 8. This will be 8 over 8 minus 3y minus 1 over 8. So since all the denominators are 8, okay, we have 4y plus 2y plus 2 equals to 8 minus 3y. Now take note, okay, here distribution, distribute properly, okay. So we will end up with plus 1 over here. Okay, so simplifying this, we have 6y, 9y's, okay. And then 8 plus 1, 9, 9 minus 2, 7. Right? So y is equals to 7 over 9. Right. Next example. This time round, the denominator is 5, 2, 1, and 6. Therefore, the common denominator is 30. right? So that's what we can do. So to make it 30, we have 6 2x plus 11 over 30, right? In this case, this is 7 over 2. 7 over 2 is 35. 7 over 2 times 35. No, wait, 2 times 15. So let's go back, right? This is actually 7 over 2, right? So it's okay. Let's take a 2 more steps. Okay, there's no need to rush, right? This is 2. 2 is actually 60 over 30 if you want. Okay, minus, this is 5. 7 minus 4x over 30, right? Then of course the 7 over 2, okay, I can simplify that to, now what's 15 times 7? Well, you see, I don't have my calculator with me, so mental calculations takes a little effort. Huh? So let's try. 7 times 15 should give me 105, right? So I can rewrite this. Oops. Rewrite this as 105 over 30. Okay, so that means 12x plus 66 minus 105 equals to 60 minus 35 plus 20x. Okay, so simplifying this, we have 12x minus 20x will give us negative 8x, and then we really need a calculator. Huh? So we have 60 minus 35 plus 105 minus 66, 64, right? Therefore, x in this case, 64 divided by negative 8 is negative 8. Okay. Right, I guess this is a good place to pause the video. So I hope you have been successful. All the best.